Let's sew a fluffy dress with an open back together. The dress is perfect for a birthday and any occasion. Baby flower girl will be adorable in it. Bodice and petticoat are made of satin. Skirt made of soft tulle. You will also need hidden zipper, corset regaling and satin ribbon. Under the video I attached a free size 2 titu 92. We will sew this size now. Bodice pattern and calculations of the length of the skirt and petticoat, you will find in my Etsy shop. I left the link under the video. First we will cut out the bodice and exactly the same detail for the lining. Fold in half bias binding and stitch it on a sewing machine. On the bodice pattern of this size, there are 5 marks for the loops. We multiply this number by 2 and get 10. We need to cut 10 pieces of bias tape, 2 inches or 5 centimeters each. Transfer the marks from the pattern to the fabric. Form loops and pin them. Stitch loops on the sewing machine. Now connect the lining and shell. Stitch the seams of the armholes, necklines and backs. Shoulder seams do not need to be stitching. Stitch seams with straight stitch and finish bake seam with serger or zigzag stitch. Along the line of the neckline and armholes we make cuts. Turn out. The bodice is well ironed. Measure out 2 pieces of corset regilin. Insert the regilin between the lining and the shell concave side outward. So he wakes up to repeat the natural line of the back. The seam allowance must remain without regilin. Stitch the regilin using the zipper foot. Turn out the back shoulder strap and insert the front one into it. Make sure that the front shoulder blade does not twist. Check that everything is correct. Stitch shoulder seams and turn out. Finish waistline with serger or zigzag stitch. It remains to iron. And our bodice is ready. For a 2-year-old child with a height of 92 centimeters, I cut out a rectangular tulle skirt. Skirt width 90 centimeters or 1 yard, length 20 centimeters or 8 inches. From the bottom of the skirt, we retreat 5 centimeters or 2 inches. Put marks and connect them with a straight line. Along the resulting line from the edge, we retreat 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch. Put marks every inch to the end of the line. From the line again step back 5 centimeters or 2 inches. Again draw a line and put marks every inch. Continue this way until 5 centimeters or 2 inches are swept to the top. For this size we got 4 lines with labels. We put 35 marks on each line. Total 140 tags on the whole skirt. Cut out a square from cardboard with sides of 20 centimeters or 8 inches each. Fold soft tulle 3 meters wide 4 times. Before us is a canvas 75 centimeters wide. Draw squares using a pattern and cut them out. I want the dress to be colorful. Therefore I will not draw and cut out all 140 squares at once. I will cut them out gradually and sew on the skirt row by row on the skirt, achieving a beautiful color transition. If your dress should be the same color, you can cut all squares at once. We fold each square of tulle diagonally, and then 2 more times. The corner of the half piece is combined with the mark on the base for the skirt and pin it. The bottom row will be completely the same color. We sew squares to the base. I made the next row the same color as the previous one. The third row was made of lighter tulle. In the fourth row 1 white and 1 light turquoise square alternate. At the very top of the skirt, I did not make marks. Just pinned 1 white square directly above the squares of the previous row. When the top row of squares was sewn along the top of the skirt, I made a straight stitch with the longest stitch. Now, pulling the ends of the thread, you need to rough the skirt to the width of the bodice. Pin and stitch the skirt and bodice. Sew the edges of the skirt without squares. Leave an unsewn space below the waist by 5 cm or 1 inch. Cut out the excess tulle. Making a petticoat. The width of the petticoat is like a skirt 90 cm or 1 yard. The length of the petticoat is 5 cm or 2 inches less than the skirt. For this size the length of the petticoat is 15 cm or 6 inches. Finish all cuts of the petticoat with serger. Stitch back seam, leaving 5 cm or 2 inches on top. On the top of the petticoat we lay a straight line and rough it up to the width of the bodice. Stitch a dress and petticoat. It remains only to insert the tape. And our dress is ready.